Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I'd do a twist on that drugstore tag that Jen Phelps came up with. I did fairly recently, a few days ago, the drugstore tag, and there are all these questions about drugstore products. Well, I decided to put a little twist on the questions and do a high-end tag using the same questions, just tweaked a little bit. And I think it's kind of fun. We have 15 questions. I only really had to change one of them. So here they are. And if you are a creator, I'd love to hear what your take on this would be. So the first question is, if you could only use one high-end makeup brand, what would it be? Well, you know, I was trying to think of what brand, actually, if I can only use one brand, then I have to have a brand that carries all different categories of makeup. And I first thought MAC, and then I thought Hourglass, but I think I can find more in MAC than anything else. And I was trying to look at my collection, and I really don't have a whole lot from MAC. I was like, really? You know, the paint pots, people use them as eye primers, but they're actually cream eyeshadow bases. And the painterly color is a really nice kind of pale beigey light color pink. So this is very prominent. I use it all the time. I love their lip liners. I love their lipsticks. I like their powder, the Light Plus powder, and then the powder foundation is really good. I use that sometimes to set, if I have a really greasy looking BB cream or something, I will use this to set the BB cream to make it a little bit less greasy looking. So, and I think it's NW22 that I was using there. Yeah, so MAC is my choice. Number 2, what is the most underrated high-end makeup brand? I think there's 2, but I think there's going to be a little change to that. The first one is Mally, and she was very popular, I would say right around 2014, 2015. I mean, her stuff was very, very popular. She's still being sold on QVC, but I don't hear YouTubers talking about Mally Beauty very much. And she really caters to the plus 50 folks. I mean, she has makeup that is very age friendly. And I like her stuff too. I think I did do a special, a docutorial on Mally cosmetics, and I do like that. And the other one is Jane Iredale. I have the brow kit here still left, but I had done a special on Jane Iredale cosmetics, and my friend Corinne and I went down and had makeovers done at Soft Surroundings and by the Jane Iredale people, and they were like really pissed because I went in there with a full face of makeup and it took them 15 minutes to take it off before they could start me, and there was a line of people. But anyway, it's very, very well loved. This is their brow kit from Jane Iredale. I think it's a Connecticut-based company too, but they're very green, very clean makeup. In fact, one of the pictures of her, she had just had a resurfacing done with lasers, and her skin was extremely tender, and she used her own makeup over the top of that to disguise it, and to bring home the point that really sensitive skin can use Jane Iredale makeup. Now, it's a little bit pricey, but they do carry it now in Ulta. I noticed it was online in Ulta. So if you haven't tried Jane Iredale, I think you would be very pleased to it. There is a YouTuber called Mandy, M-U-A, and she is a really beautiful young lady. I think she's about 30, I mean, very young. And she loves Jane Iredale, and she just did a 2-part series. The first one was on face products, and the second one was on eyes and lips. That was really, really good. I enjoyed that. But I will link below my Jane Iredale docutorial, so you can see a little bit and you can see me using the products, because I did like them. I had terrible lighting back then though. Oh my gosh, it looked like, I don't know, I was filming in a little Italian restaurant or something. So question 3, what's the most overrated high-end brand? I think there's 3 of them right now, and they're tied because I dislike all 3 of these equally. It Cosmetics is one of them. I mean, they were riding on the CC cream, you know, with the heavy citrus smell in it, all the fragrance in there, and I used it until I couldn't use it anymore, and it just separated on me. It looked blotchy, it sunk into my lines, it looked greasy. I've tried all 3 types now that they have of the CC cream. No. And I think, you know, that it got sold, didn't it? It's not the same people. I don't know. But I like some of their brushes. I liked, I don't think I like anything with them anymore. It used to be the CC cream, and I think it won my foundation of the year a couple of years in a row, but it doesn't work for me anymore. So It Cosmetics. Becca. I'm like, what the heck is it with Becca that everybody thinks that they are a one-trick pony? They have that nice highlighter and nothing else. I just don't think they have anything of value. And this new no pigment foundation, like the Emperor's New Clothes, I mean, it's just like crazy. And people are, you know, trying it on. I don't know anybody who likes it. I mean, I've seen people like, I think even Wayne Goss, and he's usually pretty diplomatic. I don't think he liked it either, but yeah, Becca. It Cosmetics, Becca, and Too Faced. I think Too Faced is way overrated. They have gone downhill so much since Jared sold out to Estee Lauder. I don't think they've been very good. Question 4, what is your favorite high-end product that's $25 or less? I had to do it for high-end. And there's a couple things, and I think one of them is the Smashbox trio of eyeshadows, and I had it for years and it just went stale on me. It was well loved and everything, but I threw it away because it was like 3 years old, and I don't like to keep powder products that long. But the trio from Smashbox, it's the perfect basic eye, and those colors work so well. Whenever I traveled, I would bring that with me. It was great. The other thing is KEVYN AUCOIN. It is a duo bronzer and highlight in one little pan. It's like one of the little mini things. It's in the impulse area they sell it. It's exactly $25, and I think that's a wonderful little thing. Question 5. What is a high-end hidden gem that is not usually talked about? This is my high-end gem, and it's Clarins, and this is the Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. And what this is, I use this as a primer, a face primer, and I put it in all my wrinkles and pores and 11s in here, under my eyes a little bit, right around the mouth area, and it's just a marvelous primer. It's like a skincare primer, and I never hear anybody talking about it, so this is one of my favorites. Number 6, what is your favorite high-end foundation? Well, it's a tie right now between 2, and I'm so pleased with both of them. But one of them surprised me because when I initially tried it, I didn't like it, and I think it was my skincare that was the problem, not this. I sponged this stuff on and it's wonderful. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, and this is the Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. And I have shade Suede. And Suede is a little bit dark. It's a little bit dark, but the lady at Sephora said, and I couldn't swatch it, but the lady at Sephora said it was my perfect color. And I think because she was looking at me with my bronzer and everything else on. So this is it. It's a little bit dark. For summertime it'll be fine. For wintertime I can't wear it. Right now I'm kind of orangey because I was using the new Honest Beauty CC cream, which I don't know if I can categorize this as high-end or not, because it was bought in a Walgreens, so it's technically a drugstore thing, so I can't. But anyway, Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I do have to set it with powder, but it looks really nice and it lasts all day, and I do like it. And it is pretty much tied with Pat McGrath. And this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. And I love supporting this brand. Pat McGrath is, it's a black-owned business, and this is a picture of Pat McGrath. I love this foundation. You can't put too much on. It does sink into your wrinkles if you do. But if you sponge it on very lightly all over, let that set, and then sponge a second coat on, it's beautiful. It really is absolutely beautiful. So it's a tie between these two, and third place would be my Derma Blend drops, but they're in a different category, I think, because I mix those with moisturizers and primers to create my own foundations. So I'm not sure that I should still consider them part of the in the loop there. Question 7. What products do you always buy high-end rather than at the drugstore? There's two types of products I always prefer to get at the high-end stores, and it's fragrance, perfumes. Right now I'm testing out the Skylars, and I have Joe Malone, a sampler set coming to me from Sephora. It'll probably be here after I film this, of course. But this is Skylar Isle. It's a very, very refreshing scent. It's a rollable. She wouldn't even go outside and spray it on a piece of paper outside and bring the paper into me. So for some reason they think it's the reason that we have COVID-19, the way they were acting about it. I don't know. But I think fragrance is something that's really hard to do the imitations. And I've tried the smell-alikes. You know, this is the smell-alike for Shalimar, and it does smell like Shalimar for about half an hour, and then it's gone. So you'd have to keep reapplying it. So they did a good job with the notes, the start notes and the finish notes, but it has not got the higher-end ingredients that make it last a little bit longer. So yeah, you can get away with it. And this one is from the Dollar Tree. This is an imitation of light blue. Now I know what light blue smells like because I've gone through like 3 samples of it. This is gone in about an hour. It comes on a little strong, and then it kind of dries down. The notes are different as it dries down than the real light blue. So it's not bad. It doesn't go into that real Woolworth's Pong kind of smell. You know how some of them can get a really screeching, strong smell. Yeah, so fragrance, I just don't think you should risk the drugstore for fragrance. I think that the best fragrances are in the high-end stores. And then I think it's really hard to beat high-end eye palettes. I think that once you try, you know, a quality with beautiful pigmentation, with beautiful color stories, it's so hard to go back, you know. And Viseart is just, I mean, this is pretty dog-eared, and I love this. This is the Rose Edit, and then we have the Paris Edit, which is fairly new to my collection. This arrived damaged. This shade was all shattered, and I called customer service, and they're just sending me another one, which I think is amazing because it was just shattered. I had to clean off the other ones, but the Paris Edit is a really pretty palette. It's got some nice colors. And then the Pro 3. I think Viseart just has some of the most amazing, look how that's been dug into. I mean, I really love these palettes. And I just got a second one of my neutral mattes because I used up the other one. You know, a neutral mattes is #1 from Viseart. Once you go Viseart, it's just really hard to go back to drugstore. And these are the cool mattes, which there's a nice assortment of grays, blues, a little purple in there. It's missing green, and I think that there are some greens in other palettes. So yeah, I think high-end eye palettes really do surpass. There are a couple good copycat brands like C Color and Bad Habit was one. Yeah, there's a few. Alter Ego. I think Bad Habit turned into Alter Ego. And then, you know, there's some really good, like Profusion makes some really nice palettes. Makeup Geek, I don't know how you want to categorize Makeup Geek, but they are priced more towards the drugstore side, but they are really high quality. This I got just before she switched over to the square pans, and some of the colors are a little bit different now. But yeah, I think high-end eye palettes just can't be beat. Number 8, what high-end brand is overpriced? Most of them. Bobbi Brown is way overpriced. And Natasha Denona. I will not own a Natasha Denona palette because of the pricing on it. There's no reason for that. And La Mer too. I mean, you can, some of those are just, and Tom Ford, you know. But Bobbi Brown isn't normally mentioned in this group, and I think her stuff is a little bit way too pricey for what it is. Number 9, what is your favorite low-priced high-end product? This is a line that's featured in nice stores, but it's not really considered a drugstore brand, but it's a lower price for drugstore brand. And I have to say it's the Balm. I think the Balm is the bomb. This is my Mary Luminizer, and I just recently got the kit that's got all the luminizer things in there. I'm just going to show you all the swatches, and I am in love now with Cindy Luminizer, which is the pale pinky peachy color. I like the Mary Luminizer, which is the champagne, but this one is just beautiful. Let me just swatch it for you. It just looks so pretty on the skin. As you can, I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna make a big old swatch. How's that? Yeah, this is beautiful. The Cindy Luminizer. I like that better. And this is the Mary Luminizer. Let me just put that on underneath it so you can see the difference. That's the champagne color one. So they're different enough that you could actually have both, and your highlighter wardrobe is complete. Yeah, this little set was on sale in Walgreens for $7.50 because they tried bringing the Balm into Walgreens, and people were upset because it was $29 for this set. So it was like $7.50. So I got all 4 colors. The other 2 colors I think are more for darker skin tones. They're more goldeny red color and much darker. So yeah, this is Betty Luminizer, Bonnie Luminizer, and then we have Cindy Luminizer and Mary Luminizer. Instead of Luminizer, it's Luminizer because they're liquids. So if you see this in Walgreens, pick it up because it's really cool. I do have the full size of the Mary, and I will be getting the Cindy. I also love the bronzer, and right now Kohl's is having a sale on it. I don't know if they're discontinuing carrying them, but this is my Oliver bronzer. Take home the bronze. And then we have Hot Mama blush, which is kind of like, it's in the Orgasm NARS family really, but it's nice. Little goes a long way. So that's probably my lowest price high-end product. What is the best high-end eyeshadow formula? Again, I think it's MCGRATH and Viseart, and I think Viseart is just, it blows it out of the water for me. And I know that there's others, Sydney Grace and people like that, but again, she's discount price, so yeah. Number 11, what is the worst high-end eyeshadow formula? I think IT Cosmetics had, you know, I think it was called the Pretty Palette or something like that. It had the regular eyeshadows in it, and then it had a transformer shade that you dipped into and you could change them into satin or change their color or something. I just found that there's just no pigmentation to that palette, and I've tried it so many times. I think I bought it 3 different times over the last 7 years, and it has disappointed me every time. I just don't think that they got the eyeshadow thing down. High-end brand you used to love, but you don't anymore. Hands down, it is it's Kat Von D, and oh, gosh, do you remember when this came out? This was called Celebutard, and the mental illness people were furious with her because she named it that, and they thought it was an insult to people struggling with mental health challenges. So Celebutard was taken off the market. Sephora pulled it from their shelves. She never re-released this shade, and it's my favorite shade of Kat Von D lipstick, and it was never released again under any other name either. Old Broad, she's got a YouTube channel, Old Broad. She sent me this. This was a sample of the Celebutard, so that's what it looks like, and I only keep it to show it. I can't use it because it smells. It's gone off, but this is the color, and it's one of the most perfect pink nudes that I've ever seen. And also the Shade and Light palette, which, you know, it's a Kat Von D thing. She designed the raised letters for the case. I think this is one of the most perfect eye palettes ever, and she left the company, and it is still KVD. They do own a lot of other brands. They own Fenty Beauty, among other brands. They are a kind of a mothership. She was one of their brands, but now it's KVD, and the Shade and Light, I don't think they're doing it anymore. They have some eye palettes they've released, but I've been disappointed in them. And of course the Trooper eyeliner is really hard to beat because the formula is good, and the brush, the applicator brush here, is so good. I mean, it doesn't splay out. You get a nice straight line even with old Ripley eyelids like I have. So that's one of the brands I don't like anymore, and the other one is Too Faced. I really think they went downhill, and they do have a couple of good products, like their Peach Perfect line. When that came out, I think it almost saved them because the foundation's really excellent from Too Faced, and the powder is really beautiful as well. It's got that gacky smell to it. And, you know, my experience with Too Faced in the past was very good. I mean, Jared saw my docutorial on Too Faced, and he sent me a gift basket, and I mean, I think that was just really cool of him. He texted me back and forth, and you know, he said that his mom was one of my subscribers, and that she had told him that she saw this docutorial, and so he watched it, and I was so thrilled, and he was so kind, you know. So I don't have a negative feeling about him, except, you know, a lot of people don't like the names that they give to some of the products. They didn't like the Rich Girls series that they did. A lot of sex-oriented names and things. And since there's a lot of younger gals who like this brand, teenagers and stuff, they thought it might be a negative influence for them. So, I mean, I think NARS is one of the worst ones for that, but I don't want to go there with this. But anyway, I think Too Faced used to be a lot better than they are now, and I think their eyeshadow formulations especially are so helter-skelter. I mean, some of them are so cheap and so out there. And I think especially at Christmas time, they have really cute packaging and it's really cheap filler kind of eyeshadows, so they're disappointing. High-end product that totally wowed you. There's two. One of them is recent, and this is the new Hourglass, and this is the Unlocked Mascara. I've been using it for about a week now, and I've heard other people with mixed reviews on it. They didn't like it, and I think there's a learning curve with it. It's kind of weird. I'm not wearing false lashes right now. I'm just wearing this, and I want to show you a picture of me with one eye with the mascara, 2 coats, and one eye with no mascara, just so you can see. This is awesome. It's an awesome mascara because I like that big old tarantula attacking the eyeballs kind of look for my mascara. Once you put it on, you do the other eye, you let it set and dry. And then you put your second coat on and let that set and dry, and then you can go in with your cotton bud or your Q-tip, and you take, you can kind of scrape it away. I have to sometimes use 2 because it's a very sloppy, messy, wet formula. It dries almost like it reminds me of Thrive Cosmetics mascara. It's a lot like that. I love it. It's a heavyweight tube. It's a beautiful, manageable brush. This brush is so easy to use. And you can get into all the little crevices, the tiny little hairs, but you can't touch it while it's wet or it gets smeared everywhere. It's a very wet formula, gel wet formula. So I love it, and I was blown away by it because I already like their other mascara, their Caution Extreme Lash Mascara, and this is better. I like this, and it's just come out fairly recently from Hourglass. So that did wow me. And also what wowed me, and I never expected to love it as much as I do, is the Fenty Contour MatchStix. Now there's 2 colors. There's Amber, which is a slightly dark, cool gray brown color, and then there's this one, which is Mocha. And since I've discovered this Mocha shade, I think it's far more flattering for my skin than the Amber is. The Amber can look dirty sometimes on my skin. So if you really got a cool tone complexion, I think you'll like the Amber better. I like the Mocha because it's just really good. It's very flattering. I just put a little line, and I'll just do a demo. I'll just put a little line out from the center of my ear, and I just kind of swish it around with my fingers. And it gives me that little bit of texture look there. I don't take it even past the edge of my eye here. It's just back there. And I love it. It's a wonderful thing. They're magnetic. I'm not sure I like that so much. But Fenty Beauty, and this is the Mocha shade. That was the other thing that wowed me. So, question 14, we're almost there. Favorite high-end eyeshadow palette. I'm still going to have to go with the Viseart, and then this is the number 1, and this is the Neutral Mattes. This is like your basic eye, and it's cool or warm tone, it's neutral. You have everything you need for the perfect eye. If you want some shimmer, you can pull that from another palette. I also love the Norvina from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know what it is about this palette, but there's something creative. And I think between the 2 of these, I could make a million eye looks, and I love it. I love the formulation from this. I'm not a fan of Norvina. I think I say that every time too, but I do like this palette very much. Some of these colors are really dipped into. I love this for a base, and this dark purple is beautiful, and this lighter purple I put in the center. Beautiful, beautiful. So these are my favorite eyeshadow palettes in the high end right now. I mean, I've used so many, and there are so many beautiful palettes, and it would change depending. Next year it'll be different, but I love trying new things, and those, I've had both of those for a while now. Number 15, the best high-end lipstick and gloss formulas. So, I think the MAC, I like MAC lipsticks, and I have several different ones. I do have a video of all my MAC lipsticks, and I think that there's something in there for everybody, depending on what you like. I tend to like the luster formula here, but there's also a few of the others that are nice as well. So, and then Charlotte Tilbury, of course, the kissing formula. This is Bitch Perfect. It's one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. It wins all the time, and not necessarily a huge fan of her, but. And then for lip gloss, there is this little set that they just released at Sephora, and I would recommend you get this because you get 2 full-size lipsticks and 3 others. Fenty Beauty has an amazing lip gloss. This one is in the color Fussy. And there's also in this set you get a Lancome Juicy Tube, you get a Patrick Ta gloss plumper, you get a NARS Orgasm lip balm, which is nice, and you get a lip injection from Too Faced, not so nice. But this is just an amazing lip gloss, and I think it's the best. It's universally flattering on all skin types, which is good. It's just a very pretty lip gloss, and I think it makes any lipstick look really nice. So this is the set Give Me Some Shine from Sephora. It's $29, and if you just get this alone and not even one of the others, it's way more than that. So it's a pretty good deal, I think, and these are very, very doable, usable, functional things. The Juicy Tubes from Lancome, very, very bright pink. The Patrick Ta is a glittery, shimmery looking plumper. The NARS Orgasm Balm is just lightly shaded, nice and moisturizing, hydrating. And then the lip injection from Too Faced has a little bit of a duochrome look to it, but it's sheer, and that plumps as well. So this is a great little set. That just came recently from Sephora, and they announced that I am a rouge right through December of 2021. God bless them, huh? Poor things. I feel sorry for Sephora. Okay. So that pretty much does it for me on this tag. This is the high-end makeup tag, and this is the twist on Jen Phelps Drugstore tag. And I did do the drugstore part of this, but I just thought it'd be fun to do the high-end, and I hope that you found that entertaining. It was a lot of fun trying to go through my stuff to make decisions, and I would probably, again, I'd make different choices probably next month or the month after, but gotta settle on something somewhere, and hopefully this is entertaining for you. Everybody, I hope you're having a safe, happy, healthy week, and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.